Hey, it's pasthisprime here, and welcome back to Surviving Mars, where we're continuing our playthrough of the various mysteries, and we are continuing the Last War mystery. And a war has started on Earth. We are at 10% war tension. Let's get going. So our colony here on Mars is going fine. Not much to do here.
Sector scanned.
Yeah, so I guess on the side note, while we wait for something to happen, at the time of recording this, I didn't know whether to talk about it or not, but in Australia, if you haven't heard, we have been going through a referendum, basically, to decide if we want to have Aboriginal voice in Parliament, change the Constitution, that sort of stuff, to allow them to have a voice and opinion. And yeah, everybody's been voting for it and madly voting for it. And I think, from what I've heard, don't think it's official right this second, but what I've heard is that it's looks like it's going to be ended up being a no vote. So I'll admit I'm a bit disappointed. I was a yes. I thought it was time to move on and recognize them a bit more, give them some more, prove to the world that we are not racist. And as much as everybody in Australia claims that we aren't racist, unfortunately, I don't think this is going to help prove that. I think this is actually going to make us look even more racist. So that's very disappointing. Whether the voice thing was really going to help Aboriginals or not, who knows? But to me, it was a small step in the right direction. And
more to the barren environment.
We just didn't do it. I have an opinion,
Was a tough one.
which I said to my daughter, the same thing, because she was not very happy either about that's going to end up being a no vote. And I said, I think basically what we need to do is we need to wait a couple of generations, because unfortunately, one or two generations that are of the older generation are very much in the camp of no. It's exactly the same as everywhere in the world with the environment. Everything to do with that is all being hampered, unfortunately, by the older generation. You might look at me and go, hey, you're a slightly older generation if you're a younger person. Yes, I am, but I guess I feel that my generation, or me personally, I'm on the cusp. I'm on the edge of that realm of being up to date and trying to be current and, you know, being a bit behind the times. So if you keep an open mind, like I'm trying to do, can adapt either way. Unfortunately, people a little bit older than me refuse to do that.
We gather here today.
And war tension is continuing to rise, and I can't do anything about it. So we've got to wait for something to happen. Yeah, so anyway, that's a bit of a side note, but I thought I'd put it in here just in case anybody's interested and wants to know what's going on in Australia. As I said, this is the time of recording. It was voting day today. And, yeah. So I'm a bit disappointed. Well, more than a bit. I'm extremely disappointed, actually, because I felt it was our chance to do something, move forward, and prove to the world that we're not racist. I don't, to be honest with you, up until this point, I didn't understand why the world feels we are racist. We are a very multicultural country. We have so many cultures in this country. It is ridiculous. But there's still this stigma about the Aboriginals and the colonization by the British people. I also have a stance on that as well. Unfortunately, that failed once before, and that was that I believe we should become a republic. I have no idea why we are still under the monarchy. We should become a republic and move on, and then we can fly a flag that is for the Australian people and not the British colonization people. Again, that was brought up as a referendum.
Sector
Yeah, that
scan.
was a lot earlier. That was like in the 60s or 70s, and that failed. Again, because the older generation loves the royals, and they do not want to let go of our colonization history. And it's really bloody annoying. Anyway, moving on.
Research complete.
That's all I'm going to say about that. We have unlocked...
Sector scanned.
What have we unlocked? Tai Chi Gardens, they're good. An RC generator. Seem to get that all the time whenever we do this, the global support research the first time. You get the same one all the time, straight away. Okay, I don't know what we're doing here. Are we going to get anything? What's the RC generator? Oh, that's that stupid. Yeah, that's not what I wanted. What I wanted was something to get rid of the waste rock. And we don't have anything. That's annoying. Okay. Let's get you. Analyzing that. I mean, I guess we could research. We could do that again. I'd still like to get those done, though. Maybe I'll put it there because I want to get those two done. Come on, mystery. Do something. I want something to do. It's the only downside of doing the mysteries like this with this setup. It's a very self-sufficient colony. And it's just waiting. If you do the mysteries in your normal gameplay, then it just sort of blends in with what you're doing. But if you focus solely on the mystery like I'm doing, then you can end up with not much to do. Let's just boost this stuff. Water chip? What the hell's a water chip? The terminal softly beeps, indicating that the water chip for one of our domes has failed. The chip controls the water recycling for Kellogg No. 1 dome. Without it, water consumption there will increase by 400%. We were supposed to get replacement water chips, but it seems they were wrongly delivered somewhere in Southern California on Earth. The water chip is quite complex, and it will take us 6 sols to manufacture it here on Mars. Alternatively, you can import a new one from Earth. Yeah, let's just import it.
Sector scanned. Anomaly analyzed.
There.
Oh, here we go. The last war. Local wars in the Third World.
Rules made by the attacks on Earth have toppled governments and paved the way for opportunists to ride a wave of populist fury.
Border skirmishes are slowly spilling into full-scale invasions, and the major powers are so far failing to instate a ceasefire. The relative peace Earth has been enjoying for the past century now seems to have been a fragile facade, beneath which grudges and ambitions have been festering in wait for the right moment. The organisation responsible has all but vanished after accomplishing more than it could have possibly hoped for. We, on the other hand, as a symbol of what humanity can achieve when working together, and not be by fighting between ourselves are in a unique position to make a statement which may be of actual merit to the situation. Okay, only united can we hope to conquer the void, constrain war tension increase to 5%, Earth won't change, 50 new applicants, war tension, well obviously we're about keeping tensions down. These options here are probably going to seem very simple to me because my colony is running well, but if you were trying to build your colony, some of these might be more difficult. You might want those 50 applicants. You may need them. Who knows? I don't. So we are going to obviously take the one that works for the benefit of controlling the war. Well, obviously not controlling it. It's still out of hand, but we're going to try everything we can to keep it down. Okay, so we got that one done. Let's add that back in.
Sector scanned. Sector scanned. Sector scanned. Sector scanned.
There's more to the barren environment.
Water chip. Kellogg Dome has been fixed. Okay, well that's good. We solved that problem. Didn't even know it was a problem we had to solve, but...
Anomaly analyzed.
There's more to the barren...
The Last War, Peacemaker.
Our sponsor has informed us that it's now playing a major role in peacekeeping efforts. They are also providing humanitarian aid to vast territories that are affected by the crisis.
Millions have been displaced and food is of severe shortage. We have been given a heads up that resource supply from Earth will soon become unavailable for an unspecified amount of time. Now all eyes on Earth are on International Mars mission, and there are those who will benefit greatly by branding them hypocritical in their commitment and intentions, hampering all progress towards peace. Resupply with resources from Earth will become unavailable after 5 sols. Take care to order any needed resources soon. We should brace ourselves for a tough time ahead. Yes, and if you weren't playing with the endless supplies item like I have, it would get tough. You would really want to make sure that you are self-sufficient by now.
Sector scan.
Yeah, need nothing from Earth. The Last War resupply cutoff.
The supply embargo is now in effect.
We must make do with what we can obtain by ourselves for however long a period this turns out to be. Resupply with resources is now unavailable. Conservation takes priority. So I assume if I go here, okay, I was expecting it to not allow me to pick them.
Sector scanned.
Did I
Milestone
miss
achieved.
something? Okay, we've scanned all of the planet. The Last War Doomsday Clock.
Tensions are rising at a rate faster than even the most pessimistic predictions.
The UN has adopted the Doomsday Clock that the Bulletin of Atomic Scientists has used since the end of World War II to highlight how close humanity is to self-extinction. It is now set at 2 minutes to midnight, a level at which it hasn't been at since the early 21st century. Things are spiraling out of control. The Last War, Off-World Safety.
With millions of refugees and governments reluctant to take in any at all, a humanitarian crisis of unprecedented scale has developed.
Doug and our struggle to survive on Mars, we seem to have taken for granted that Earth, a place where there is enough of everything we need so desperately up here, is always there for us should we need it. Now that we have established a somewhat solid presence on Mars and Earth seems to be in a dark place, it seems we may have the opportunity to return the favour. International Mars Mission has sent a request that we start accepting refugees. They hope this drastic measure to get people to safety will highlight the absurdity of regional governments not taking refugees and putting pressure on them by their own populace. So we get 20 refugees want to join the colony. Accepting them will decrease the war tension, but could the colonies support this additional population? Alright, we are going to do that now. We already have 2 people homeless. So I guess we should build a dome. I mean, we don't have a drone hub in particular, but we have the ability to build them now. Okay, I wasn't expecting them so soon. Alright, we've got a little bit of time.
Complete.
Okay, we'll get this up. Join this. Come on, get the life support up. And get an apartment in, and then we'll do the rest in a minute. Okay, I'm getting annoyed they're going too far away. I'm going to put one of these down and fill it. You know what we didn't get? We didn't get the extra shuttles. How are we sitting? 75 hours. Okay, it's coming down now, so let's go.
New colonists have arrived.
Okay. Right, let's get the rest of our stuff built here. So, I'm going to go with one of those. Diner. Infirmary. We might join that way. We'll go there. Amphitheater. Then we might put the Chi garden in. Okay, and then let's get in. Two of those. What's something else? Mega Mall. Yeah. Let's do a Mega Mall. Looks cool. Should be good. So we got capacity for 45. Just wondering if we just preempt and get another dome put in. Okay, we could do with maybe some more power. Okay, open the eye. Okay. I'll respond in a second. I just wanted to get this done. Come on. Okay.
A blatant lie is gaining traction on Earth.
A faction in the wars on Earth, an alliance of several smaller states, has come out and outright accused the International Mars Mission of using the Mars Project as a backdrop for developing and testing forbidden weapons, which are then used on their people. The UN has requested that we allow a probe to be made so that this nonsense is cleared, although we fear that instilling such doubts in our colonists may have an impact on morale as a whole. What should we do? Submit to the UN inspection -10 morale to all colonists, or deny +10% war tensions. Well, we're going to take the morale hit. We don't want an increase in thing. Now, a couple of things here. That. An extra shift in all of these. And then we'll do an extra shift, but again, that can be low priority. We could put a spire in here as well.
Research complete.
Solar array. We're not really getting what I want. Let's do the drone hub one. The last war, it has begun.
It has begun. The moment that seemed unthinkable less than a year ago.
Regional conflicts have dragged the major powers of Earth to declare war on one another. Earth is now officially going through its third world war. So far, no nuclear weapons are reported to have been used, and we pray to whatever gods are listening up here on Mars that none will be used. But somewhere in the now abandoned halls of the UN building in New York, the doomsday clock sits in the dark, with its warning having fallen on deaf ears and its hand perilously close to midnight. All rockets are unavailable due to chaos on Earth. War never changes. Oh, now they're blocked out. Okay, so that's interesting that they weren't blocked out before, but we suppose we couldn't get stuff from Earth, but now we can. Interesting. Well, I think that's a good point to actually call it there for this video. And we'll have to come back in the next video to continue the mystery and see how the war unfolds. Hopefully Earth will not totally destroy itself, but we never know. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments. Avoid story spoilers, all that sort of stuff. But if you want to tell me things I'm doing right, wrong, all that sort of stuff, or you want to ask me questions, do that as well. I read all the comments and answer all the comments as soon as I possibly can. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.